Joe the Fan here with you from Just Win Bets, baby, with my main man, Shano Mac. Shano, what is up with these interviews by reporters during the game? You've seen it in the NBA. I'm a huge fan of Pop. I mean, no, he's no longer doing these videos. He makes his comments very short, but he's very bothered by these interviews. But then we see this recent one by someone on the CBS, a CBS reporter talking to Ben Johnson, the new Bears head coach. And, check out the video right here.
You tell them to get things going.
That it wasn't our brand of football. We're capable of a lot more. And so we're hitting the reset button here at halftime. We're back and establish our identity here in the second half.
So you need to change what you're doing.
I don't know. You think so? We're going to be just fine.
So, Shano, what do you think about that?
Honestly, I mean, people were like reacting and saying like he went too far. I don't think that was that bad. And I think honestly, it's like her questioning is a little rude. If anything, yes. she's like saying you need to change something, and then he's like, all right, girl, like calm down here. I've been coaching this league for X amount of years, however long he's been in the league, right?
Right.
So I'm sure he knows a lot more about football than she does, and like kind of just like, and people are saying like it made that stare down, made him look down, like put her in her place, and it's like a male dominance over women or whatever. Whatever, right? Whatever. You're interviewing these guys in the middle of a game. Their adrenaline's going through the roof. I've been there before coaching. Like the last thing I would want to do is talk to a reporter in general. You're lucky you're getting them, right? And next, like if they ever get it like to the XFL or UFL now, where they interview coaches on the sideline during the game. I mean, they're going to get some crazy bites because those coaches are not going to take that.
Yeah, you and I both coach. We were both head coaches, so I don't want to talk to anybody. I mean, it was bad enough, and I love her to death. She's definitely a subscriber. The athletic trainers. I mean, I just go, hey, look, is the kid good or not? He's not good. Okay, whatever. But I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm in the zone, and I think the coaches that do coach or coach either, regardless of where it was. High school, college, even Pop Warner. Okay, I'm in the zone, man. You know, I got to figure out. It's like chess. You're trying to figure out the next play, what he can do. You know, blah blah blah. Analyzing everything. It's not like you have someone who has no clue what cover 2 means. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. So yes, I thought it was very rude because it's just kind of saying, as the kids would say, "Hey, your offense is some cut." Meaning it's trash, it's garbage. Okay, hey, do you think you need to do something to change it? No, Sherlock, you tell me. Okay, Mr. and Ms. Know-it-all, and it had nothing to do with sexism, and I hate that. You know, and you know, try doing that in the WNBA. I hate it when they do it in baseball. They do it in the WNBA. You know, she's wearing a headset. Hey, blah blah blah. Hey, what's going on? I don't need to hear all that after the game. I got you all day, all night. You can ask whatever you want.
Yeah,
but you know, coach is going to answer that same question. Hey, what do you think? Blah blah blah. Well, you know, there's something we need to stop turning the ball over. Maybe need to change here and there. Blah blah blah. But the last question that she asked, no, not professional.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And I don't feel bad. I don't think he did anything wrong. I don't see how the outrage is for it. Like I said, Popovich used to do stuff like that all the time. Belichick used to be infamous for that in New England, right?
Yeah.
So, and like you said, when I'm coaching, the only people I want to talk to are my assistant coaches. I want to talk to my quarterback. I want to talk to my offensive line, saying like, all right, how are they lining up? Is this guy? How's this guy? How's this nose guard going? Is he shooting the A gap? Is he going this A gap? Where's he going? So I can figure out how to stop that or how to do better in the second half. I don't want to talk to reporters. I get the NFL coaches have to. I mean, that's part of like the deal. It's part of the gig, right? So, and that's why they give very candid answers that are very just generic. Like, hey, we need to, you know, play better, limit turnovers, like very generic answers. And I know it's Ben Johnson's first time going around. He'll get better at answering those, but he's got to be stoic and just give the very minimum. So be like, hey, yeah, we're trying our best, yada yada. But I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad from Johnson. I think it was expected. I think he handled it. Like I said, the first part of it was he answered like a coach's answer right there, but you know, to pretty much insinuate it, and then they're going to throw in, well, it's based on one's perception, and enough of that garbage. You look at where even Saban did it. You know, Saban was classic on it. You know, he's trying to be professional and answer the question. I get it. Look, everybody has their job. I respect that. You got to do your job, etc. But you got to understand both sides of the coin here, and said, hey, look, you got to be, if a reporter came up to me and said, hey, look, coach, wasn't looking good in the first half. What were your, or how about this? What were your thoughts of the first half in regards to what were you seeing out there? I saw some good things, saw some bad things, and we need to clean up some stuff. We're going to go in the locker room and draw it up, and hopefully we can have a better second half. That's a coach's answer.
Yeah, for sure. And that's pretty much what he said the first time. And then she's like, and then that second comment she made, I think, was just a little bit unprofessional on her part.
Right. Sure. It was like, you dig it in there. Now, I'm glad the Bears won.
Yeah. So he could stick it back to her, So that's probably what it was. She's like, all right, I'll show that little girl back there.
Right.
I'll get her. Speaking of coaches interviews, this isn't an interview, but did you see at the end of the Niners game, Jacksonville, Liam Cohen and the Jets' old head coach, Robert Saleh, they were like yelling at each other after the game, and like Liam Cohen was like, keep my name out your mouth and all this stuff, and like players were holding them back and stuff like that. I mean, that was kind of crazy too.
I saw that. We need to see if we can get that video up, but I did see that. What is this? Will Smith and what's his name? Chris Rock?
Chris Rock. Yeah, first of all, Liam Cohen shouldn't be talking to him because I think Robert Saleh would smack the hell out of him.
Oh yeah.
If there was a betting line on that, Liam Cohen would be like plus 2,000 or something like that.
Dana White set it up. White House next year. So, I'm just saying. Yeah,
that was crazy. Yeah. That was crazy. But I just came to my mind when we were talking about this. I was like, oh, speaking of coaches, but it's that like, and I don't know where that came from. I think like somebody I read online was saying that like one of them was like signal stealing or something like that, but it really wasn't signal stealing. They were like looking at his signals from the sideline, like across the booth. It's not like the old Spygate thing where they're recording him or whatever. But if you're doing it out in the open, I mean, it's not really stealing, right? It's not like the Houston Astros when they're banging on trash cans, like telling you, hey, it's going to be a fastball, right?
Allegedly. Oh man, no. I mean, speaking of Dana White, he was recently on 60 Minutes, and again, not trying to be political, but it's another question from the media, because this lady was from the media, right? For that, asked Ben Johnson. They was asked something about toxic masculinity. It's like, what the hell does that mean? And even Dana was like, hey, what does that mean? Well, and the reporter's like, well, you tell me what it means. I don't know. You're the one asking the question. What the hell does that mean? Can men be too masculine? I don't get it. I don't know, man. I don't know. I love the product. You can't be hooked on the UFC. I was so hooked on boxing for years. The 80s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Oh my God. Tyson, you got the Sugar Ray, you got the Hitman Marvis Hagler, Thomas Hearns. The list goes on. Roberto Duran. The list goes on and on. Now I can't even watch boxing. It's like, it's okay. It's not that great. But
I used to be the same way. I used to be a huge boxing fan, and now I can't watch boxing anymore. It's too slow paced for me. It's like it's too many guys like that are dodging fights and stuff like that. I can't do it. UFC's like sucked me in, and I'm like, I love it. But
but also the Octagon thing. I mean, I'm struggling with their names, but I'm glad. I'm so happy for Dana and his organization, what he's done. And, obviously COVID happened, and, he kept going. He figured out a way to keep going. And listen, nothing was on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking 5, 6, 7 years ago when that happened. It was a sad time. It was a world pandemic, right? So, but to watch something, I mean, we couldn't watch anything, man.
Yeah. There was
nothing.
That sucked. That was 5 years ago, right? So it was March 2020. March 2020 is when everything shut down. UFC was the very first major sport to come back, and it's basically because he had that Apex in Vegas and had all these fighters, stay there pretty much and say, hey, you got to stay here for quarantine for like 30 days,
right?
And that's how they could still train and stuff there because like they had the training facility there, right, and all that stuff. But that's how they could do it, and then like they kept them there, and then that's why they could be the first one back out. It was them, and then I think NASCAR was the second one because like NASCAR, you can you're socially distanced, so you have a whole car between you.
Right. I think the other sport that was going on was like table tennis.
Yeah.
It was like, holy cow! It was nothing. Because it was during NFL. It was during NBA.
Yeah.
They shut it down. Remember when the game, it was like end of the first quarter. Okay, hey, we're shutting it down.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was NBA or it was college. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
It was. I remember that they stopped March Madness.
They did.
They shut down March Madness right there, which is the NCAA's like major moneymaker.
Oh, yeah.
Outside of college football. College football is probably still number one, but outside of
Right.
that, March Madness is by far the biggest moneymaker, right? But yeah, because UVA won the national title in 2019, and then that's why everybody says they're the longest reigning NCAA champs, because there was no 2020 champion because they didn't have the tournament that year. So
Right.
yeah, that was the worst time. No sports on TV. Like, it
Yeah,
sucked.
yeah.
It sucked.
Yeah.
That's
and
terrible.
again, I'm not trying to be political or anything. I mean, that's far away from the show here, but it's just, let's be honest, when it comes to sports, I mean, we were able to, I wanted to watch it, but no one could go to the game. They had the Skins game against the Steelers, and the Skins won because Heineke was at quarterback. It was at Heinz Field or whatever the hell they call it, then. And it was like on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
there was nothing on TV.
Yep. Yeah, because that was like those weird rules where like they had to like switch around people's schedules a bunch, because like if like X amount of players tested positive, they had to like cancel the game and move it and all this other stuff. That was a weird time. And remember, like they had cardboard cutouts for fans.
Yeah. And then even in the WWE, where Vince McMahon was still, I guess, part of the organization, to where he had TVs around.
Yeah.
And that was cool. I was like, how the hell do you get on that?
That was, I think, a way better idea than the cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
Because they had fans like actually watching the show. They were watching it live and like reacting and stuff like that. I thought that was a cool idea by them, for sure. I think we're fortunate on that, because that was a real, I don't know who came up with that, but it was a cool idea.
And again, it's not like I'm looking forward to another one to happen. I mean, heaven forbid. We lost a lot of great people and stuff like that. It's just, I mean, it was crazy time. Crazy time. Crazy time.
Yep, for sure. All right, guys. We got a little off tangent there, but it's all good. That's what we're here for. We're having fun. So what do you guys think about Ben Johnson and the reporter from CBS during the halftime there of the Bears game? We don't think it's that big a deal. We don't think it's that so at all, especially being former coaches. Adrenaline's going, all that stuff. And we think, honestly, her question was a little bit unprofessional there at the end. But you watch the video. I'll repost it here again so you guys can see it again. And give us your comments, your feedback, what you guys think. And then let us know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell so you get our notifications when the next videos are going up. And remember to just win bets, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.